Hello everyone, welcome back to Nomifactory. Sorry it's been a bit. I was too busy doing absolutely nothing. Happy holidays. Also happy new year. Okay, so last time we set up ore processing with these big multi-blocks that are parallelized. And between episodes I've done a lot of work. I've done a little bit of progression, so we now have IV energy hatches. We were just missing these. HPICs. It's not that bad. I just batch crafted some. It's not automated yet. I'll make some more. Might as well. So now everything is overclocked to 4 amp IV or LUV, so it's a lot faster now. And we have a new chunk for some overclocked stuff. Lumium, Signalum, Iridium, and Osmium, which we had as a powder, but not as an ingot. I quickly added it. You'll see why in a bit. And there is a few gaps for some more stuff. Usually I would move these over to there, but I just couldn't be bothered. I don't want to move those. So the reason why we needed the Osmium was for this, the electrolyzer. I made this because we were getting a bunch of dust that has no use really, other than electrolysis. But there was so much to filter. There's multiple. And because things are electrolyzed at weird numbers, everything had to be filtered. Look at this. There's 5, but I believe I've got everything now. You can see the leftover stuff. The only things I'm not electrolyzing are things with uses, like lapis or ruby. They're used in batteries. And stuff like gypsum and calcite, they're used in concrete. But everything that had no use whatsoever gets electrolyzed, and this results in a bunch of liquid. Water, chlorine, oxygen, fluorine, and hydrogen. And they're in really big tanks, with storage buses on. The extra chlorine is very nice, so is the fluorine. The rest not so much, but oh well. And look at this, no ore is left, except these two. This doesn't work like that, and this is blacklisted. This took about like a lot of hours of AFK, but look at this. We're rich now. We have so much stuff. It's very, very cool. And because a lot of stuff is being dumped into the ME system, we have more drives. A lot more. 60 more. And they're all 16k. This should last a very, very long time. I'm hoping. Okay, I think that covers everything. Let's do some progression. Finally. I've been missing this game. Okie dokie. We have lots to do. Before progressing more into late game, I think we should work on the mid game. Specifically this stuff, and this stuff. But I'd like to do this first. Polybenzimidazole, or PBI. And this is for advanced SMDs, which are basically 4 times better than SMDs, and they're required for some circuits. And they all need this liquid, PBI, so this is what we'll do. There is a lot of steps though, so we'll work on the left side first, for diphenyl isofalate, or something. IV recipe, phthalic acid, sulfuric acid, and phenol. We have these two, so we just need this. Potassium dichromate, dimethylbenzene, oxygen, and dimethylbenzene is just benzene, and methane. Very easy. And the dust is saltpeter, chromium trioxide, which is chrome and oxygen. Okay, we have a lot to do. That's just half of it as well. I'm pretty sure we have to do everything IV. Well, not everything, just some steps. But might as well do everything at the same voltage, with more LCRs. Okay, so first we'll do the dust. This doesn't need to be an LCR, probably. It will already be fast enough. We're going to use one dust every like 10 seconds or something after overclock. And we make 11 in 5 at HV. And we're doing IV, so I'll do a single block. Makes it simpler. We're also going to need this, but that's fine. 2 reactors coming up. So insert chrome and oxygen. There we go. Chromium trioxide. And there's no use except to do this. So we're not going to store it. We will need a conveyor though, so it doesn't do this. Or a robot arm. I forgot how to play this game. Keep exact. 1 stack. Yes, okay, good. That works. And we also input saltpeter. There we go. And now we're getting the dust that we want. And nitrogen dioxide, which is not really important. So it goes in a tank to be voided. And the dust goes in a drawer. 1 stack. That should be fine. Okay, so now we can make phthalic acid. We just need dimethylbenzene. You can get this via distillation tower, which might be a good idea. Charcoal byproducts or wood tar. We're not doing any of that, so I guess I'll just make it. It's an MV recipe at 200 seconds, but we should get a pretty insane overclock with the perfect overclock. Times 4 for HV, 50 seconds, times 16 for EV, 12.5 seconds, and times 64 for IV. So it's only 3.1 seconds. That's fine. The step after this is I guess a little bit faster. That should be fine. Probably. Anyway, we'll do that. And we might as well do this step too. So 3 LCRs for the first half of PBI. We can even start using ME input hatches. Whoa, there's 16 slots. That's pretty good. I was expecting like 4. So benzene, methane, control scroll to do the amount. I'll do 16 of each. That seems fine. Plug it in, and it works. Brilliant. And we can pass this to the next one. And circuit 1. Yay. Dimethylbenzene. Lock it. Yeah, 3 seconds. That should be fine. And now we do this with oxygen and the dust. So we can input this via filter. We have oxygen, dimethylbenzene, that should be ready. We just need an output. Just a bit more oxygen, it seems. 18 buckets. Also it produces water. Did not know that. So we need 2 hatches. One slightly bigger. MV, at least. Okay, now it's going. Great. And this is phthalic acid, or however you say it. And bin the water. And now we're one step away. Phenol, sulfuric acid, and phthalic acid. Should be easy. With one of these. Again, they're great. So pass this over. Another input hatch. For these 2. Plug it in. And it should be fine. Oh yeah, there's a second output of diluted sulfuric acid. Yay! Diphenyl asophthalate. Whatever. This one can just be voided. The excess. Random drum. Cool. 1 bucket per 5 seconds. And these aren't running, which means this is the bottleneck. That's completely fine. It means these are fast enough. Okie dokie. That's half of PBI done. Time for the other half. We're going to need another chunk though. I'll be right back. You've seen me do this enough. Okay, so we should be able to fit it in the square. I think it's only 5 more LCRs. Maybe 6. So 3,3-diaminobenzidine, ammonia, plus 3,3-dichlorobenzidine, and a catalyst of zinc, not consumed. And this is made with copper, hydrogen, and 2-nitrochlorobenzene, which is chlorobenzene plus nitration mixture. This is easy. Nitric acid, sulfuric acid, mixer. And chlorobenzene is easy also. Benzene chlorine. So if we're counting, for PBI, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more LCRs. But it might be a 6th, because ammonia is definitely not fast enough. We have it at HV, here. It's not very fast. 16 seconds for 1. So we'll be doing this recipe at EV for 4 buckets in 4 seconds with perfect overclock. So a bucket per second, which is fine. It's just oxygen, nitrogen, methane. We have a trillion of those 3. I think I'll fit it here. We don't need these anymore. So 6 LCRs to complete PBI. We'll fix ammonia first. It can go here. So oxygen, nitrogen, methane, and plug it in. Circuit 24. Yay! Awesome! Super tank for CO, drum for ammonia. And we can store both of them. High priority on the ammonia. This way is faster, so we don't want to use the slow way, ideally. We can overclock this very easily as well, with a 4 amp EV, or just more hatches, and it will be 1 second before ammonia, so that's quite good. Okay, PBI time. Okay, so we'll go right to left. So we'll start with chlorobenzene. We might be able to get the chlorine back, if we think about this. It's confusing. I just won't think about it. We've got plenty of chlorine, don't worry. So chlorine, benzene, and that should be it. Circuit 1. Oh yeah, it produces 2. There we go. Hydrochloric acid, chlorobenzene. Remember to lock them. And this can go in a tank. Void overflow. And we might as well use it. It's a bit of a stupid place, but it's fine. Okay, this is next. We just need nitration mixture. We'll do that in a mixer. How about we do EV? We have a little space. Sulfuric acid, nitric acid. Yay. Easy. It is acidic though, so it has to go in one of these. Now we combine it with this, chlorobenzene. So input hatch, hatch, and we just request nitration mixture. And we should get two things, 2 nitrochlorobenzene and more sulfuric acid, diluted. There we go, in another tank, on void excess, just like this one. So what do we do with this now? Another LCR, 18 buckets of it, plus hydrogen and copper, okie dokie. Might as well use an ME bus for the copper. I don't want to spam too much item conduit. I'll put it here. So we can pass this on, ME hatch again, requesting hydrogen, and also requesting copper in the bus. And this should be it. Rather simple. 23 seconds though. It is 9 buckets, so it's not terrible. This might be the bottleneck, but maybe not. We'll see. Oh, how did you end up there? Stop doing that. Are you stupid? I forgot to lock this. Always lock the hatches. It's really annoying, otherwise. There we go. It's in the right place. And now we combine with ammonia and zinc as a catalyst. Brilliant. Seems easy. So ME hatch for ammonia. Pass the green on. 1 piece of zinc in an input bus. And that should be it. It does produce hydrochloric acid though. Again. So we'll have another tank. Like these two. There we go. Yay. Remember to lock. As always. 3,3-diaminobenzidine. And now we have everything for PBI. This and this. Awesome. So input here. And here. And I guess output here. I hope that's PBI. It might not be though. And the other one here. Yay! No. It's the opposite way round. That's fine. Super tank. For phenol. And a drum. Or not. I guess PBI is hot? Stainless steel. That should be fine. Yay. Polybenzimidazole. Huzzah! Technically we're not wasting anything. Because we have storage buses. On all of these. So I hope it's fine. There's definitely things I could loop here. But oh well. I'm sure it's fine. Gimme quest. So we're just missing high-speed steel. Type S and type E. We have type G. That's the ugly coils. So these are HSSG, iridium, osmium. Kinda expensive. So we won't buffer much. And then HSSE, which is HSSG plus cobalt, manganese, silicon. This one's cheaper. A lot cheaper. I don't know if these are used a lot. They're used in the advanced SMDs, but like not much. At all. Yeah, 8 fine wire per 16. 1 foil per 16. A single ring per 16. So I think I'll store a couple, like 128, in maybe these two. Oh, but they use HSSG coils. Bruh. I guess they go over here. Or down here. Or we swap 2 of these to go up there. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I think I want a break. It's been about 3 days since that clip. I got ill, and I'm still a bit ill, but I'm on the way down now. So I think I can record. I might still sound a bit weird, so sorry about that. What were we even doing? Ah yes, advanced SMDs. Apparently there's a lot of blast furnace stuff for these. Vanadium gallium, HSSG, which we do have, HSSS, niobium titanium, HSSE, and palladium. There's a lot of stuff here. I think it would be a good idea to passive everything. Probably. So 5 more blast furnaces. Okay, so I've sorted it out. Vanadium gallium, niobium titanium, and palladium will go in these 3. They're fine with RTM, and we'll have 2 more over here, for HSSS and HSSE. Those do need the coils, and it's perfect space. We just need 2 more EBFs. Not too bad. Whilst we're waiting for the coils, we might as well set everything up, as usual. So we use argon for the 2 HSS, request the dust, limited item filter, for HSSE, and HSSS. We can passive the dust later, in a mixer, but I'll do these 3 first. Same thing basically, so vanadium gallium, limited item filter, niobium titanium, same thing, and palladium, which we do actually have. There we go. 128. It's really fast though. The rest won't be,
I don't think. But these two require argon, so we can change that. There we go. Now we need to mix everything. I think we'll do everything at IV, to be convenient. So 4 IV mixers. Can we make the funny glass? Oh yeah, we can. It's the green stuff that we made. There we go. Not too bad. Are the coils done? Yes they are. Brilliant. We don't have titanium as a dust at the moment, so we should probably do that. EV macerator. That's what we have. Insert titanium and request it. There we go. Titanium dust. We can store a stack. It's secretly 5 stacks because the output, but that's fine. Okay, mixer time. So we can do vanadium gallium, which is vanadium, and gallium, 3 to 1, circuit 1. And we can store a stack of each of these. And it should turn on. Yay! Awesome. Vanadium gallium. 128 for now. These might increase. All of these at some point. So next is niobium titanium, which is simple. Niobium and titanium. Don't worry about niobium. We've got a ton. 9,000. You get it from a bunch of ore as a byproduct. Yeah, pyrolusite and tantalite and pyrochlore. There we go. Awesome. Niobium titanium, which should be on now, and it is. Another 2 stacks. That's fine. And now it's just the high-speed steel. There's something we need to do before that though. To cool these down, we need helium as a liquid. So we need another vacuum freezer to freeze helium. How about we put it right here at IV? That way it's a bucket per 6 seconds. Maybe unneeded, but look at this. Half a bucket. That's quite a lot actually. We'll do it IV. There we go. So request helium, connect it, there we go. Now we're freezing. Liquid helium, pretty easy. I do want it 1 down though. There we go. And storage bus. We probably don't need a super tank. Yeah, definitely not. Stainless steel. I don't want to use up all the helium. So now we can add this to the vacuum freezer in this hatch that we had earlier in preparation. Liquid helium, there we go, and it will produce normal helium. This can go here, in a tank, with a storage bus. Very high priority. That way it's recycled into that, more than this, hopefully. Okay, now we can set up the mixers. So HSSE is G, cobalt, manganese, and silicon. Circuit 1. Awesome. And we can set up the other one too, HSSS. So HSSG, iridium, and osmium. Yay! And now these should be on, in which they are, and they're successfully being cooled. Brilliant! So we have HSSE, we'll do 2 stacks, and HSSS. 2 stacks again. Yay! Awesome! So now we've passived every EBF material for advanced SMDs. So the next thing we should do is an on-demand assembler, full of PBI, so we can autocraft these. By the way, PBI, polybenzimidazole, is also used for a bunch of other stuff, like loads of stuff. So it was very good we did that. For example, ZPM onwards needs PBI for the hulls, so it was required. So let's set up the IV line for on demand. IV assembler. Easy. Kind of. By the way, we do need PBI sheets for stuff like this. I will do that in a bit. Let's set up the assembler first. So interface, machine, request PBI, insert via filter. There we go. IV, assembling machine, PBI. So now we can have recipes for all these. Should be easy. And also all the foil and wire, I suppose. Okay, I think that's every recipe. So these 5 go in here, and everything else goes in random things. Also, we need an extruder at HV for rings, so I'll quickly move that over. HV extruder ring. This should work. We just need a solidifier for polybenzimidazole. I might do MV, just like the green stuff. It's not that important though, so I think I'll just do 1 stack for now. It might be increased to more, maybe 4 stacks, like this one. Yeah, I'll do that. That seems good. So request the fluid, insert via filter, as always. There we go. And plates. Very easy. 4 stacks. Okay, everything should be done, and we should be able to get this quest by ordering one of each. Okay, I'm back. I'm still ill, but I have now swapped over the recipes, so they used advanced SMDs now. If you look at this, they're 4 times better, and they're not really more expensive either. It's just we didn't have access to the materials before, but now we do. Also, something I realised that was wrong, if you want a fluid to be used with priority, it's low priority. So I'll fix ammonia and helium from this thing. The priority is for insert, not extract. So for extract, it's the opposite way, basically. So now it should be using this, instead of the other helium. Oops, I forgot how priorities work. Okay, so now that that's fixed, let's do some stuff. I don't really want to do nuclear craft at the moment. I think I'll do all of that in one episode, just not this episode. So how about we do some more microminer stuff? We've been really lacking in doing any of it. We still have the tiny one. So let's get upgrading to the Microverse Projector 2. And with this we can run the tier 4 and the tier 5. So that sounds like a good idea. We could have done this ages ago, but oh well. So the controller is just EV stuff, easy. The casing's fine, we've made it before. Diamonds, tempered glass, great machine casing, and that's basically it. That's very easy. I'll get right on it. And we'll run this at LUV with a double IV energy hatch. But we need another chunk, as always. There's a controller. 47 casing. We have that. 26 blocks of diamond. Chiseled. 36 tempered glass. And 8 great machine casing. There we go. That was really easy. Okie dokie. We're ready to build. It's quite big, this one, so I'm not sure where to put it. It's gonna be like out here. How is this gonna work? I guess it's fine. This is stupid. There we go. It's a bit in the path, but that's fine. I can't really do anything about that. Anyway, controller. Input bus, output bus, HV, energy hatches. And the rest is this, with 4 grates. And now it's a hollow 3x3x3 of diamond, with a frame. Same thing as the bottom, with the grates, but with a muffler hatch, and a maintenance hatch. And now it's just glass on every side. There we go. It forms. Very big multi-block. And it gets even bigger as well, which is funny. So we can have power. Easy peasy. Interface on the input. Interface on the output. Microverse. Projector. MK2. Oh, we had a space. Didn't even know. There we go. So I think we should start by doing the tier 4. For some reason it needs a stack of signalum as a quest. Bit odd. There we go. Now we can do it. So it's elite crafting, which is this one. Bunch of signalum, tungsten steel, tungsten carbide, more of these, some other stuff, even more stuff, an EV canning machine, that's fine. That should be easy to do. HV field generator. Okay, not too bad. Yeah, we should be able to do this. Let me try and code everything, and we can see what we're missing. Okay, so I think I've encoded everything. We're just missing mercury, barium, calcium cuprate. Also vibrant crystals, which is not that bad, actually. Just kind of annoying. Also an EV canning machine, instead of this one, which is HV. I might go up to IV. I could see us needing it in the future. Yes, for this one. So might as well upgrade all the way to IV. There we go. So molten redstone. Insert via filter, IV canning machine, redstone. And now we can set up vibrant crystals. I think we'll passive this. Shouldn't be too bad. It's just this. But again, might as well do MV. So extractor, autoclave, insert vibrant alloy, pass the liquid on, and we just insert emeralds and extract into a drawer. Simple. There we go. 1 stack. For now. We don't really have emeralds automated. I could with DML, but I just can't be bothered. It's from Enderman, so I could do that, I suppose. But not now. We have a few emeralds to spare, so we're fine. So now we're just missing mercury, barium, calcium, cuprate. It's quite a lot, 16 per one mission, so it might be a good idea to passive this. And it's quite cheap of a dust. Barium, calcium, copper, oxygen, mercury. We have everything in very large amounts, so we might as well passive it. It's fine. And it can go right here. Wow, that was easy. They're so easy to build when you have leftover energy hatches and coils. So it uses nitrogen. Okay. Request the dust, insert via filter, plug it in. And now we just need a mixer for the dust. It does not need to be fast at all. This is 16 dust in 20 seconds at MV. So that's pretty fast already. So how about we do it HV? Why not? We have a spare mixer. How convenient. So we need barium, calcium, and copper for the items. As for the liquids, oxygen and mercury. And now we just request everything. Circuit 4. Yay. And we'll store a stack. Huzzah. And the blast furnace should be on. Maybe not. Oh yeah. Circuit 2 for the liquids. Oh wait. I'm a moron. I forgot all about machine controllers. At least for those two. And I guess that one. These are way past 128. Oh dear. It's fine. A little extra don't hurt. Mercury, barium, calcium, cuprate. Let's do 512. Just because it's quite cheap, and it's not the fastest thing in the world. So I'd like to have a lot backlogged. We have lots of barium, lots of calcium, lots of copper, oxygen's free, and we have so much mercury from ore processing, from centrifuging cinnabar, and also redstone. I forgot where. Here. But I did forget a storage bus on these. I'm so smart. I'll sort it out straight away, sir. Hello? I don't know why scary cave sounds happen in my base. Low priority. To be used first. Okay, that should be fine. So once we have 16, we should be able to do the micro mission. When can I automate these tables? Crystal teen. Okay. And osmiridium. Technically we can do it. Oh, never mind. LEV. That is very soon though, so that's nice. We don't need to manually craft stuff. And there we go. 16. And now we should be able to make the tier 4. Yay. Good luck. I hope nothing's too slow. It doesn't actually look that bad though. Should be done in like a minute. Oh yeah, we need to craft the things. These. I did the wrong circuits. I need HV. How did I do that? Let me fix that recipe straight away. How silly of me. 2 HV. Not EV. There we go. And everything's done. It was like a minute. Awesome. What are you doing there? Signalum plated microminer. Tier 4. Yay. How do I even automate this? I forgot. We probably want to do this one. Definitely. For a bunch of iridium and osmium in the form of custom ore. This is great because osmium and iridium are very expensive and we get it very, very slowly from Platline. So that's nice. So this is tier 4 C. So send, microminer, tier 4 C. And favorite. And now make a recipe for it. With these 4 things. The microminer, a quantum flux, wither realm data, I don't know what that is, and petroleum. A stack. No rocket fuel with this one. Just petroleum, it seems. Okay, let's send it. We just need this. I guess we can craft it for now, but we should definitely get a wither going in a simulation chamber. We just need 4 of these from an enderman and upgrade them to wither. Now we can send it. Wait, no, I forgot something. The fancy card. that we have in here. Job autocomplete. Otherwise the craft would never be completed. There we go. Now it should complete the craft as soon as it's sent, which is completely fine. So send Microminer Tier 4C. Yes please. And it's starting. I forgot it does that. Why are you so loud? Yay! And now the ore should be processing. Yes, it's over here. How wonderful. I probably should have taken a note of the iridium and osmium before we sent this. 1.2k and 1.3k, so we'll see how much we get. I don't think it'll be much actually. Yeah, the tier 4 isn't that useful, really. So after the ore's processed, I'll take a short break and we'll look at the tier 5. There we go, it's done already. Only a couple minutes, pretty fast. About 100 iridium and 100 osmium, maybe more like 200. The micromission would be a lot more useful if you didn't have Platline, but oh well. We have both. Okie dokie, break time.
Alrighty then, tier 5 time. The video's already 30 minutes, so we better be quick. So it's still elite crafting, that's nice, but there's a few new things. Iridium, more signalum, a new tier of this, which is EV, another mining laser, but it's just added radon. That's completely fine. Super chest, EV field generators, uranium triplatinum. Oh, why do you have to be so awkward? EV, uranium-238, platinum. I don't know if we even have this. There's a bit of processing you need to do, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we have uraninite, not uranium. So we have to do... what the hell is this? It might not be that bad, actually. We'll see. Fission controller, that's fine. More fission stuff, easy peasy. These might be a problem. Vibrant thrusters. Everything's fine except this. Prescient crystal, soulbinder, shulker, great. It might be fine actually. Soulbinder is this, which is fine. What about a spawner? On capture mode. Oh, it's fine. Okay, the uranium might be harder. So let's encode everything, and we'll see how much work we've got. Oh, we need the extended one. There's too many things. Please don't be a rabbit hole. Okay. I don't think it is. We just need a few packaged auto stuff. Nothing that requires osmiridium though. This does involve crystalline, but it's actually easy. Nether stars are the most expensive part, but it's nuggets, so it's not terrible. There we go. Okay, now give me this. Yay, we can do it. Crystalline. Stop. What is that bug? There we go. Extended processing pattern terminal. It's basically just this, but it has 16 slots instead, which can handle this recipe. There we go. And now back to encoding everything. Not too many missing recipes. There we go. That's everything. Obviously missing a couple things, but we'll get onto that later. And as for this step, we've actually got a chemical reactor full of radon right here. So it actually works. It's in the clean room, but it doesn't matter. We are running slightly low. It's from one of the micro missions, so we can send another if we need to. Okay, so what do we need? Yeah, as expected, prescient crystals and uranium triplatinum. What do we solve first? Probably the prescient crystals. It might be easier, so we need an on-demand spawner and soulbinder. I don't mind it being slow. We can change it later. It's only 3 per mission, and we're not going to be sending this a bunch, so I'm fine if it takes like a minute or 2. Soulbinder. Let's work on it. So solarium, soul machine chassis, tungsten steel, and some heads. You can get these from DML. There we go. Soulbinder. Got the quest too. So what about the spawner? Arguably easier. Okay. Yay. That was so easy. So we need a shulker. Also we need to be able to craft soul vials. Let's do that bit first. It's an alloy smelter with a block. How about I do EV? Just because there's a space. Interface, machine, wrench, output, screwdriver, block mold. EV alloy smelter, block. Now we can make fused quartz. And soul vials. Great. So I think I'll set these up separately, just because it's easier. This probably will change,
at some point. But for now we can have interface connected like this. And power can go on top, or something. I don't know, via P2P, as always. Okay, so the soul binder is ready to go. Oh wait, no it's not. Levels. Also a capacitor. There's no reason not to go all out. They're so cheap. There we go. Power. I don't know what to do about levels. I'll think about it. But we need a shulker. Should be fine. Yeah. And we can use a random spawner in the soul binder to turn it to shulker. I'm pretty sure it won't be this slow for the President Crystal. Or at least I hope so. 200k. And it's 2000 hours per tick. So 1000 ticks. That's like a minute. Why? Oh well. Yay. Now we can make the powered spawner shulker. And now on-demand shulkers in soul vials. It does need to be in capture mode though. And pull and push downwards. And now this should work. Though the levels might be a bit weird. So we can do soul vial to shulker in the spawner. And shulker plus vibrant crystal for these two. But delete this. It'll get confused. And this goes in the soul binder. Okay, let's test it out. Does work. At least this one. And it does need levels. The soul binder. What's the best way to do that? I know you can use these. Yeah, melting them. For liquid XP. That should work. I'm pretty sure. The extraterrestrial are the best. So I'll use those. We've got 393k. That's funny. So where can we fit an extractor? Not here. Not here. Here. EV. Insert this. Via filter. Yay. And super tank. For no reason whatsoever. Completely unneeded. Okay, that was easy. Now we have experience. And we can pump it into this. It doesn't show it, but when it does need experience, this should work. I'm pretty sure. Let's test it out. This works. And so does that. Yay. Also it's much quicker than I thought. Like 5 seconds or something. I got it wrong. Okay, one more problem. This. Uranium triplatinum. So we need uranium-238. So we have to do random stuff. Chemical reactor, uraninite, fluorine, hydrofluoric acid to get uranium hexafluoride. And this turns into these two. 100 enriched and 900 depleted. And this turns into 235 and 238 respectively. And does the fluorine get looped? That'd be nice. I think it does. This might be really simple. So one chemical reactor plus a centrifuge plus 2 electrolyzers. And then one more chemical reactor for this step to get the hydrofluoric acid back. Do we have hydrofluoric acid? I don't even know. Oh, we do. And it's super fast. So we don't have to worry about that. We can just store the excess fluorine and it should sort itself out. What do we do this at? We only really have space at IV, but that'll be a bit overkill. So I'll do EV? Yeah, okay. So chemical reactor into a centrifuge and then into 2 electrolyzers. So we want uraninite into the reactor, also fluorine and hydrofluoric acid. There we go. It's working. Void the water in this tank with some pumps. HV. Why not? And the green goes this way. Cool. And now we have 2 green. One can go in here, the other in here. Enriched and depleted. Yay. These both go in a tank for fluorine with a storage bus on. Very low priority. We want this to loop back round to this and hydrofluoric acid before anything else. Great. We got 2 green now. 238 and 235. I'm surprised we didn't die when we picked that up. Might as well max upgrade. This should run through the uraninite that we have. All 14k. And we should get about 9 times more of this than this one. But it's this one we need. 238. So it's fine. Yay, brilliant. Time to make the stupid dust. Uranium triplatinum. Let's do IV. Uranium-238 and platinum. 1 to 3. Yippee! 1 stack. as always. Do we really want to passive the ingot? Can I be bothered? Right now. I would have to do it over here, because we ran out of space on this chunk. Is it used for anything else, other than the field generator? EV. Maybe? I don't know. We will have to passive microminers at some point. Very, very far away, but definitely at some point. So I guess we have to passive it anyway, eventually. Might as well do it now. It's fine. Only one more EBF. Wow, that was incredibly easy. I don't know why I was complaining. Anyway, 128 for now. 8 seconds too. Pretty good. Can we cool this? I've just realised. Oh, we can. Thank goodness. Yay. Uranium triplatinum. I remembered the machine controller this time. Don't worry. Okay, so we should be able to order it. The tier 5. We just need 16. Like the other one. Awesome. Yay, 16. Micro miner tier 5. I'm glad that wasn't too bad. I initially thought it might have been a problem with the uranium and the present crystals, but no. Everything seems fine. It should be done in a minute or two. We have to make this thing with HV this time. It should be covered in radon. There we go. And now we're just waiting for double plates, which I definitely should upgrade. They're so slow at MV. 19 seconds per plate. I'll probably move it to EV, or even IV, like off camera or something. I notice we wait for it a lot, especially with the microminers. There we go. It's done. Yay. Stop doing that. Microminer tier 5. I didn't miscount. This one looks cool. Unfortunately, we can't really launch it. Well, we can do this one, technically, if we melt some uranium down and stabilize it, because we can do this. But this one's not really that important. You can mine everything here yourself. We're more interested in B, this one, because you get sheldonite for the plot line, and Nequada. And Nequada is exclusive to micromissions. Also Caymanite, which is trinium, which we also need. So lots of good stuff here. One problem though, plutonium. We don't have this, I don't think. It requires some nuclear craft, I imagine. Yeah, I can't see a way. So this is all we can do. Hold it in our little amphibian hands. Oh well, I think we'll look into that later though. Next episode, perhaps. Because I want the better coils. They look better. These are horrible. I hate them. So yeah, it's time to end. Sorry about the massive delay. There was Christmas, and then New Year's, and then I got ill. So, sorry about that. Everything should be usual from now. So expect another video in the next 3 or 4 days. So as always, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.